Here enjoying the music of Alhaji Saheed Osupa. You guys heard about him tonight. And then he walked right through. This is his track known as Vanity. It is on YouTube. I watched it one day and I was blown apart. It's like, and this is some of the most creative kind of music that I've listened to. That's in one place talking about how bad things are, summary of how bad things are in Nigeria. But it was somewhat very digital because he had a demonstration. It was made in a cartoonish way. Yeah, animation, and the animation was very specific about the driver of the vehicle and the people who were puncturing the tires and the people who were blowing up the fuel tank. So I met him today completely by accident, and it turns out that he's been looking for us, we've been looking for him. So thank you, Alhaji, for coming on our time on the couch tonight, guys. Yes, I'm excited to meet you. One of the things I said to you when I met you earlier was, and I'll say it again, was like how you transition, Fuji music from a conventional old people's music to the modern one, and to the extent there's a lot of fusion of music and guitar. And before we only used to the talking drums and just a few instruments, but now you've done it all the way that I can even do shaku shaku now. So thank you so much for coming, and you're welcome. So what we do here, is that every day we have time after we're done with campaigning, we come and talk to Nigerians about what we've been doing with our campaign and what we intend to do with Nigeria. We also try to raise funds online, which is how we're transparently raising money. And also bring in very interesting guests. We brought Africa China here. We brought Shema Music, Doc and Mighty. Sean Kuti. Hazardous, yes. We brought a number of great musicians here, artists. And we're glad to have you here tonight. So just say hello to our people.
Hi. My fans all over the world. I'm saying hi. You already know me.
Yes.
But let me still say my name to people that don't. Some people might know my face. They might not remember my names.
Yes.
My names are Saheed Babatunde Okwala, popularly known as Saheed Osupa. Okay. The king of Hip Fuji.
Hip Fuji.
Take it back. Action.
So, where did the alias name Osupa come from?
I was thinking about a name that would be easier for people to pronounce.
Yes.
That the name they are used to.
Yes.
So that's how I come by that name, Saheed Osupa.
Yes.
And I never even knew my father was behind that name. So Osupa was his stage name.
Wow.
While he was singing.
So your father was a musician, but you didn't know that he was a musician?
Didn't know, because I never lived with him.
Wow.
So I lived with my mother.
That's amazing. And one thing you told me today, I'm going to be telling some of the secrets you told me so that we can go as fast as possible, is that you're actually a student right now.
Yes.
You went back to school, the University of Ibadan, where he's studying political science. Wow. Yeah. Why didn't you try to forge a YX certificate of university? Just not have to, like the other people do.
The kind of upbringing I had was a very strict one. It was a strict one because I was living with my mom at first, and my sister said I should come to her place. So she really wanted me to become a medical doctor then.
Wow.
So she always keep me indoor, reading always. I hardly eat sometimes.
Wow.
So I became lean. Because I was very studious then, I became a bookworm.
Wow.
So when I now went to my mother's place for holiday, and she was like, she was better. I was very lean, and she was like, she told me, then he said I shouldn't go there again.
Wow.
So I started living with my mom then. That was when I got into this singing stuff through peer group kind of influence.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Yes.
Yes. So singing was like you survivor, on the streets.
Then,
And then you grew up in Ajegunle as well.
yes.
Wow.
I grew up on the street because while I was living with my mom, I was moving around with some kind of friends that don't really believe in depending on appearance. So they taught me how to depend on myself. That was how I grew up on the street.
So when was the first time you had a hit music, like a hit track or album?
The album is titled Master Blaster.
When was that?
It's been long ago, like 90, let me say 96, 97.
Wow.
Is it 96, 97? Because 97 I did Stainless. It's around 93.
Okay.
93.
That's a long time ago.
93.
So
I actually started singing in 1983.
83.
Yes.
Wow. That was when Buhari first became president of Nigeria as a military ruler. That's very, very interesting. So what attracted us to you is this vanity thing. What inspired you to do vanity and the way it was done, particularly do it through animation? Because typically you go and do a video shoot and dance, but this one you just did completely with animation. What inspired you to do it?
Because the audio is not complete without the animation stuff. Because it's a very, how do I call it? It's a voluminous message.
Yeah.
So, and people are not really ready to listen to a message that has that kind of volume right now, because of the situation of the country.
Yeah.
So they are always less attentive to anything that is voluminous.
So you have to be creative.
To brief and succinct. So with the audio, then to further explain it with the video.
Yeah. Can you guys put up the AC in the studio just to increase it? It's a little cold. I mean, too warm here. So the way it was designed, if I'm a politician, I can see myself there. You put in some guys, although it was the animation, but I saw the one who was holding a knife, the one from Para. And the man who was driving the car was from Daura, and the first driver was from Bayelsa State. So, was there any backlash? Did they threaten you? They say,
No, they already know it is a kind of, how do I put it? It's a demonstration of all characters and the aims of affairs in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they know I'm saying the truth.
It's the truth. I mean, I'm in business of saying the truth, but anytime I say the truth, they come after me. They say they don't like the way I say the truth. They don't like naked truth. They like
probably because mine is mild.
Yeah.
Yours is sometimes harsh.
Crazy, yeah. I don't understand who you guys are clapping for. So how many people are watching?
1.5 thousand.
Wow, that's interesting. So you're getting a lot of hits, and do we have any questions for him? So we get a lot of questions from
the other time you asked me about how I did it, how I really succeeded in.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to also let people who are watching be ready with their questions. Okay. So how did you do the transition? In which you came from 1983, and Fuji is just for parties, praising people.
The normal kind of Fuji.
Yes. And then you did it, and you also start telling truth to power, telling truth to people. How did that transition happen over these years?
I really before I started doing it, I studied barista. I read him as like a kind of course in the university.
This barista, as in barista, who was what's the full name?
Sikiru
Ayinde Barista. The one that is late now.
Barista before he died, he has became now an institution in Fuji music.
Yes.
So if you really want to know how to sing Fuji music, or you want to know much about Fuji music, you have to study and read Barista like a course. So I studied him. I observed when he adapted a little bit of high life.
Okay, into it.
In infusion of high life into Fuji music.
Okay.
I studied him when he did an infusion of juju into Fuji music.
Wow.
Just to keep Fuji music moving.
Yes, and dynamic.
Yeah. So that was what I did. That is what I did. You understand? So, because when Barrister died, a journalist was saying the successors of Barrister, they said they are not vibrant enough. And I said, what do you mean? What is the definition of your own vibrant?
Yeah.
Because I've done exceptional things. I did like 4 albums at a go, 4 in 1.
Wow.
So and I told him all kinds of things I've done, and he said, I'm not vibrant enough. Then I said, okay, if moving Fuji to the next level is your own definition of vibrant, then I'll do it.
So you people started this next level thing before APC?
So that was it. I started doing it gradually. I did a little bit of, instead of me going to hip hop world, just doing hip hop. No, I did an infusion of hip hop into my kind of. There is track I did. They call it the Mojo. It's like this. I sang the hip hop with a Fuji tone.
Yeah.
Adi Diamujo, Adi Diamujo, Adi Diamujo. Party ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ mú jó wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá àti rí kúlà ẹ̀yin ọlọ́tí ẹgbọ́n ti wá. So it's hip hop, but it has this Fuji flavor. You understand? So,
but how is that different from Fuji, Gabe?
It's a little bit different because the beat.
But how did you sing that song? Because that was what introduced us into life, in those days. Anyway, so keep going. I'm listening.
So instead of me going, because most of my colleagues went to hip hop world, they want to become an hip hop artist.
Yes.
They believe hip hop is what is in vogue now. They should do hip hop. I said no. Barrister made me the king of Fuji music. Like it's like handling over let me say the empire of Fuji music.
Yeah.
So he did like a kind of handling over. So I should not let it.
Yeah. Let it die.
So that's why I started doing all sort of things.
One question I have,
sampling all sort of.
One question, because we're trying to do a little bit of history, a little bit of entertainment. One question I also have for you is, anytime there is some kind of transition of this original music genres, people resist. The elders will call you and like, don't dilute this thing. Did you get some elders calling you as Etiba Fuji?
No, because they know the flavor is still there.
Yeah.
I do a kind of modernization, you understand, like a makeover without even losing the original flavor. So that's what I do.
Yes. It's guys, you're watching Time on the Couch, and I'm here with King Saheed Osupa, and he's
the real king, not the acclaimed one.
Not the acclaimed. That's one thing I find interesting in the Fuji world. You guys love titles. Why is that? Because I remember when Barrister was around, he was also doctor. Why do you think it's necessary to have
hard work deserves a beautiful recompense?
Wow.
That's right.
That's a very deep point there. So, do you guys have questions for him?
Yes.
Wow. There must be a lot of questions.
Oli is asking if you've ever been a boxer.
If I've ever been a boxer,
Yeah.
I was.
You were a boxer? Is it because you still look like one?
No. Because when I was doing that boxing stuff, I used to be very aggressive then.
Wow.
So I'm seeing it as something that is affecting my image negatively. So I decided to stop doing it. Because when you're a boxer, if you see someone claiming is strong in front of you, you'll be like,
What's wrong with
you? Let me just give you one to go and sit down.
So now that you've talked about being a boxer, you guys go to music, you go to play live shows, and it gets to a point, it gets crazy. Area boys are waiting on the corner for you. You have opponents who feel like your own is too much. How many times have you had those close shaves where like getting out of even the scene after you finish singing is a problem for you?
Series of times.
Yeah.
But I'm used to it now. Sometimes the police might not even have
the capacity
to control them. So you have to do a kind of self-defense.
Wow.
So that is when that boxing stuff is useful, like
just to dock to get to your car.
Just go to the car and just enter.
That's very, very interesting. That's very
Question,
interesting. Yes, question.
Our people want to know if you are fully supporting us, if you are voting for us, and if you will be donating to the movement.
I will be donating.
Wow.
Take it back. Action.
I like Sowore because he's on the right path. I like him for that. But the problem we have in Nigeria is what he's doing now is not really easy. It's not an easy kind of tax. It's like me introducing my music in those days. Because it's a string kind of thing. Before you can get a string thing, before you can get people to understand what a string is,
Stop.
it's kind of stressful.
Yeah.
So you educate them little by bit, little, then they start, you understand bit by bit, then they start to understand what they are saying. You make them understand your plight, your motive of doing it, like. And Nigerians are very hard to convince.
Yeah. So you said that, you go and you have to deal with rich people, make them happy because they patronize your music. But you are known for being critical of, you sing and you criticize people, even some of the rich people, you criticize people in society, things they do. How do you handle that? How do you handle that as a musician?
That is why most people tag my songs as being abusive.
Like rebellious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I preach morals.
Yeah.
So anybody that is doing what is against the normal kind of life, you feel I'm abusing you or something. So and it's normal to say that, you understand? That's how you get people's audience. When you're saying the right thing, when you're doing the right thing, people listen to you, they give you the audience.
Yeah. And you think it gives you an edge over your colleagues sometimes? Because some musicians are all about
I don't
singing.
really care if it gives me, but what I really want is that I want a kind of, how do I put it, like, if I'm no more, they'll still talk about me.
Wow.
That's when you do something
That's
like
legacy, yeah.
Like kind of legacy. That's what I'm really concerned about.
So if you're just joining us, you're watching King Saheed Osupa on the couch with us tonight. We didn't bring him here just so that for any endorsement. We met today. He was excited to see us, and we've been talking since we met. We met completely almost by accident. We were going to.
No, I can say if you're a Nigerian that has conscience, a Nigerian that has conscience, vote for Sowore. But if you don't, you can do whatever you like.
Wow, that's even deeper than what I was trying to introduce. Well, so you have to give us a piece of history about Fuji music. It's very interesting that I thought that I knew Fuji music, and I want you to run through it, how it started. I've heard about Were, and Were became Saka. Did you call it? No. Just give us all the stages as you knew it, because most people don't know. People just know. Most people don't even know how Fuji music started.
The stages of Fuji music are Fuji music started from this song is Gelede song.
Gelede. That is masquerade.
Gelede masquerade. So an extraction of that Gelede song, they call it Kilarigbo.
From Kilarigbo?
Like Kilarigbo, she nìkan jó beyo nípọn láyà kó má má jó Kilarigbo, she nìkan jó. But most of those lyrics are occultic. And because of religion, they decide to extract those parts that are not occultic. They converted it to Seli. Etiyeri. From Kilarigbo to Etiyeri. From Etiyeri to Seli. Seli was more religious than Etiyeri.
Kind of Islamic.
Than Etiyeri. Then 100% Islamic is this song Were. So Etiyeri Were is an adaptation of Etiyeri. Like how do I put it? Let me say modernization of Etiyeri.
Okay.
So part of Were now became the most popular genre of music then. So Were got to Lagos, Ogun State, all over the western states of Nigeria. So people started modernizing their own kind of Were. In Ibadan, the Were became Agurebe. And the originator, the founder of that Awurebe is Gani Kuti, is late now. So after Gani Kuti started doing his own Awurebe, a new kind of music, the music was very new then, but it was not commercial then. Just do it for...
They just do it for fun.
For fun of it.
Yeah.
Then Ekwakara now commercialized.
Ekwakara, the same
Yes.
Ekwakara.
Yes. Ekwakara now commercialized Awurebe. So in other parts of Yoruba land, the theory has been converted to Sakara, not even Were. So they do Were, they do Sakara. In Abeokuta, that kind of music Esaka does.
Okay.
Did. Esaka did it then. Yusuf Olatunji, all of them like that. So up to Lagos Island. So Barrister, as someone that stays in Lagos,
Okay.
stays in Ibadan too. So he did an extraction of Awurebe and extraction of Sakara, and did a makeover of
That's not known as Fuji.
So he's the first person that did Fuji music. Wow. He did the infusion of all genres of music that is invoked then and made it Fuji music. Because most of them were singing with all those people that they were claiming that they are the originators of Were and everything. No, originators of Fuji music. They did Were. They did not do Fuji music. Barrister was the one that introduced Fuji music. So he's the progenitor of Fuji music.
Wow.
So anybody that is saying anything apart from that is
not saying
just
that.
blabbing.
Wow. Do you guys have any questions anymore?
Yes.
Wow.
But away from music, people are asking you guys to talk about the customs guy who killed someone.
Oh yes, thank you. There's a video that's gone viral today. So we have an update on that. I'm going to talk about that. So the reason we didn't put it up was we've been investigating what happened, and what we have at this point is that yes, it's true that the custom guy was trying to extort money from people at a roadblock. This is officially from the custom now. But it is not true, according to custom, that they killed somebody from traveling internationally. The custom guy killed what they call a custom boy. This is the explanation of a custom boy. When they stop you at a roadblock, they negotiate with you. The person who's negotiating with you is not in uniform. It's a custom boy.
So call them Kelebe.
So I think that's where Atiku met his wife. I don't know, but that's a story for another day. But they use them to collect the bribe proper. And so the guy who was killed is a Kelebe, is a custom guy. And they said when there was a struggle with the guy who was trying to extort money, and he shot the custom boy in the process. And another custom guy was injured. But the people who filmed it just thought that one of them was killed, and they were shouting, because I think it was one of them that was struggling with the custom with a gun, but it wasn't one of the people that traveled. And they said the moment they discovered that they were the one that were killed, one of them wasn't the one killed, they entered their car and drove off.
But I saw them took the boy into their car.
No, they said because that's what the custom said. I can read it here, and nobody has
the video
has controverted it since. They said maybe there will be an update. I'll read it to you guys. Just if you wait for a second, I'll do so. Actually, so because we've been investigating this, and I know it went viral, and I'm not.
But regardless, somebody
was killed by a custom, and it happened. They were right. It was happening, and it happened because there was some kind of extortion carried out. These custom guys are always extorting people. I don't know. The customs have come into town so much that they almost have a custom station in every city now, like a police station. So the attention of Nigerian Customs Service has been drawn to a disturbing video going viral with conflicting narrative. While it is painful and totally unnecessary to lose life in anti-smuggling operations, today at Shagamu interchange along Ijebu-Ode, attempt to obstruct lawful performance of duty by passengers of a commercial bus, a white Toyota Hiace, suspected to be carrying bales of used clothes, led to the death of a young man, Godwin, and serious injury of a custom officer, ASC1 Destiny Onebanho. Contrary to some narrative, the young man was not a passenger of the bus, but a good citizen who always come to fetch water for customs. You know, that's the custom boy fetching water for custom. As if custom no get water, you know. Patrolmen anytime they return to base. Preliminary findings indicate that it was during the skirmishes and struggle to disarm the officer that the rifle discharged and hit the friend of the custom officer, Godwin, who lost his life. The service is already in touch with the bereaved family. Sadly, it should be noted that while the attention shifted to the dead and the wounded, the passengers who filmed with inciting commentaries boarded their vehicle and left, leaving the wrong impression that it's one of them that was killed. While the wounded officer is under intensive care at the hospital, the patrol team has been recalled to the office for further investigation. This came from DC Joseph Atta, Public Relations Officer, Comptroller General of Customs. So that's what we have from the custom.
There's an audio to what you just said.
Okay, that is true. So the reason we didn't put this out before is we always do our investigations before. You know, I used to work as Sahara reporters. You know, I don't have a job anymore. I'm looking for a new job. All right, so more questions.
Yes, campaign has been banned. What's your plan to?
No, it's not true that campaign has been banned. We called our lawyer today, specifically Barrister Femi Falana, and he said that it is not true that campaign has been banned. The law is very explicit. The Electoral Act says that campaign stops 24 hours, I think 24 hours before election. It didn't say 1 week before a bungled election. You know, it's not the fault of candidates that the election was not held. If the elections are happening next week, campaigning can only stop, I think, on Thursday. So we have no problem campaigning, and we are willing to challenge them. And interestingly, the PDP and APC too said they won't stop campaigning. The disadvantage is that even if they stop, we cannot stop because they have TV and radio and billboards everywhere that have not been taken down. So we will have to keep campaigning because it's our right, you know, and nobody can do anything about it because that's what the law says, that's what the Constitution says, and we've consulted with our lawyers. So
another one for King Osupa.
Yes.
People want you to compose a song for Sowore and specifically sing in Yoruba.
That's right.
I wanted to hear the song we were playing before he came in. Though. I really like that song, the vanity song. So maybe we can.
You can start with that.
Yes, let's start. No,
Show.
I didn't want to disclose. I don't want to make him. He actually offered when we met earlier. He offered to allow us to use that video as a campaign video. Woo! That we should be master it, and he has already called.
Action! No going back.
He has already called the guy who made the animation to bring it over. So we have to raise money for it to be cut into a way that it will be small.
Well, that's the best song you can use.
I thought if I saw this, if I had it,
saying that this one is better.
It is. It's very creative. It's innovative, and very credible. And because all my enemies are there,
Oh my God.
Because we still want
all
to
our
live
enemies.
performance.
Yes, please give us some vanity song, you know.
The Bobby under him, Amaju's president, Bax Boost. Oh my God.
We are ready. Your boys are here. Some of these guys that you are seeing here, they are.
Omoyele Sowore man near you, Bax Boost. Oya mommy pẹ̀lú daddy pẹ̀lú mommy.
Let's sing this song now.
That video is the best.
Yeah. So he's going to license that video for us to use.
Because everything you need to tell people is
using the video. Yes. We just need to have like an ending that says, you know, I am King Saheed Osupa. I endorse this candidate. That's all. Good news today. Also, we had an endorsement from an ex-Super Eagles star, Finidi George. He endorsed us today. Yeah, and also Mr. 2K has done a slight endorsement. We want him to make it full. So we're expecting. You know we don't ask for endorsement. We don't call it endorsement. But these are Nigerians that are speaking out without any incentives. You know how it is. They have to go to their houses.
And a tennis player.
Quadri, the tennis player. You remember that? He wasn't the one who was playing with the guy from South Korea that he went on for almost 5 minutes before he eventually won that. That's Quadri. Yeah, we'll look for him. Yeah, there's a video clip of one, very interesting ping pong play that lasted. You remember it? Yeah, I think that's him, Quadri. So it's happening.
Nollywood actor Big Val.
Big Val? Wow. Big
Val.
Oh, Big Val. Yes, that's Joko Tajin.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys. So if you are still out there, still sitting on the fence is about to be demolished. So please, everybody has to take a stand. Yeah. Listen, do you have more questions out there?
They want him to sing.
They still want you to sing, please.
Just by normal kind of song.
Yes, whichever one. You have a lot. The moment we had a live stream with you today, people have not stopped calling me from New York, from the UK.
Sorry, don't be na Fuji music where then they dance. Osupa na ogbonge artists where people know. Siriri wherever anytime my music they flow. Now him be say enjoyment don't tire about. Sorry, don't be na Fuji music where then they dance. Osupa na ogbonge artists where people know. Right now, kino so, so I don't be your all over. Osupa ya too much show. Right now, kino so, so I don't be your all over. Osupa ya too much show.
Wow.
Ẹgbọ́n náà ta lẹ́nu tó wá sọ pé Fuji ó ṣe jó mọ́. Wọn ò lè jó tán torí kándù ló ń jó tán. Ayé ò lè jó tán torí kándù ló ń jó tán. Creativity tó bí Fuji ò ní jó tán. Originality ló mú Fuji dá dúró. Dynamism ni ó máa jó máa gòkè sí. Ẹja dúpẹ́ fún Síkírù Àyìndé Erin. Ẹni tó kọ́kọ́ yọ Fuji látara wéré. Orin wéré orin Ajísàrí ìmà ni wọ́n ti kọ́. Kọ́ máa gbajé lọ́lá tó wá yọ Fuji látara wéré. Tọ́ bá bí onítàn Fuji ẹ̀yin ará wa. Kálẹ̀ tí yẹ rí orí egúngún àlàrè òun nípìnlẹ̀ o. Nínú kìrìbọ́tò orin gẹ́lẹ̀ ìdẹ́wò náà ti yògodo. Ayẹyẹ tí yẹ rí wọ́n yọ sákàrà ayélùsẹ́lí. Wọ́n yọ wéré wọ́n yà pàlà wọ́n yà áwúrẹ̀ gbé bìtàn yẹn ṣe lọ. Ẹni bá fẹ́ jo oyè kóyè ẹlẹ́gbẹ́mu ní. Ìtànkítàn tí ó nítumọ̀ òun ni ó máa sọ. Ìtàn tó lè bógun túnbọ̀ tẹ̀ tí ò yẹ ká máa sọ.
Wow. I don't know if have you ever done any collabos with any
Hip hop artists?
Hip hop, yes.
Yeah, I did like 13 tracks.
Wow.
An hip hop album.
Okay.
I did
who
one
was
with-
your favorite?
Of them all?
Yeah.
I like all of them.
Yeah.
Don't let me
They'll
say.
get upset.
I did one with Shafremi.
Yeah.
I did a collab with them, Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I like nice.
I did a collab with them, Sam Sultan.
Yes.
And I did
Very
one with
good.
Terry Apala.
Yeah. Wow. So,
And I did one with Reminis.
yes. Outside of Fuji, do you have any favorite genre of music that the person that you really like? Outside of Fuji music.
I like music generally, and
Yeah.
there's no kind of music I cannot do.
Wow. So if we ask you now to do rap,
I can do that, man.
is it Fuji
ọmọ
rap?
ńlá ọba ńlá mo tún dé kíra ọmọ tó ń sọ lórí títí ọlọ́dà dem know me na me be dem father ṣé ẹ mọ̀ mo ti dàgbà ọjẹ́ náà bí wọ́n ní wọ́n sọ pé mo ti. ìfọkànbalẹ̀ mo ti lé wọn léré wọn kàn fẹsẹ̀ alẹ̀ ẹ bá rántí pé mo ti fọ́ ní smudge.
Wow.
So can you now freestyle for us for sure? Remi?
He's gonna do that,
People are asking where they can get your album from.
So people are asking where can
I
they
do
get?
things the proper way.
Yeah, no. When people are asking where can they get your album, and I went to social media today and saw that you probably go to the social media game late because you have only 145 followers, more than I do, 145,000 on Instagram. So what's your Instagram handle?
King Saheed Osupa.
Please, if you are there, follow King Saheed Osupa. That's his Instagram handle. So, and you have a Facebook presence too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same name?
Same name.
Okay.
Where can they get his album?
Album, let them see me now.
That non-stop is on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
The 13 tracks album of.
And he's planning a show, a weekly show where he can
Talk about
give
politics.
political education, It's important to let you know that we've been here talking to King Saheed Osupa, and he's on the couch with us today, endorsing completely. That he says it here, you heard it from him first, and me second. That if you have conscience, who do you vote for?
Omoyele Sowore.
So can I give them an analysis of
Yes.
the program I'm about to do?
Yes, please do.
We want to, it's a political kind of program. Then we'll talk about the arms and tiers of government.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about their functions.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about the civic duties of citizens and the civic responsibilities of citizens. That's all.
So, you doing that show, you'll probably run out of episodes very soon, because people are then wanting to talk about their problems. How are you going to navigate through that? You know, when people say, you have to talk about, because civil responsibility, government, arms of government, know all the arms of government, but government don't cut all the arms. So, you know, people, are you preparing that? Look, if there's demand, just like you have in your music, where people always demand for, when is your next album? You know, when are you doing another track? If there's demand for more responsibility, are you ready to, like, okay.
Because most people don't really know the functions of the government. They don't know what the government is supposed to do and what they are supposed to do. So we have to educate them and tell them the government is supposed to do this for you, and they did not do it. They are supposed to do, you to do it for them. You understand? Because there is your body that says Jerusalem. Jerusalem.
Wow. Wow, thank you. So, do you have anything else to tell our viewers, your lovers? A lot of guys are here because of you tonight, you know. How many people are watching?
2.2 thousand on
Wow.
Facebook.
And what about YouTube?
968 on YouTube.
Huh?
968 on YouTube.
Wow, okay, not a lot of people.
I've
YouTube
put
people have
this
no.
on.
Yeah, you should share this extensively. And thank you so much, King Saheed Osupa, and thank you for. I'm excited to meet you today. Since I listened to Vanity, I was driving in New York and I just heard it. It came on, you know, and I stopped because I'm not supposed to watch video while I'm driving. And I was like, that was last year, and we asked for you everywhere, and until today I didn't know how to reach you. So, but it happened all by accident today, and it's turned out to be really well. Imagine that they had to postpone the election so that we could meet you. Yeah. So it's great to meet you, and we will be in touch. But if you have anything else to say to our audience, our people,
Can we listen to it?
the Vanity.
Yes,
okay,
please.
yes. It's $5 per listen. Where's my? I had a phone here. Okay, is this linked up to? Yeah, people should.
My tab.
Yes,
Where's the tab?
Can people
you
call
should.
in?
Yeah. Oh, do they want to call?
Yeah, somebody wants to
Where's the
call in.
tab?
You know, we don't have the capability to get people calling. That's the problem. Yeah.
Saheed Osupa
Okay.
from Belfast.
Belfast. We have a problem here. I don't think we'll be able to get the caller in. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Okay. This is a collection. But the one before it is, let me just search it. I don't know where I'll search it. Okay, let's get a little tricky here. Okay. Okay, that's super. Okay, it's here.
AFC! Take it back! Take it back! Action! Action! No going back.
Can you increase the volume of the speaker?
Break from there.
Beat from PJ.
We need some dancers here. Yeah.
Where are the Shaku Shaku boys?
No. Let me do it.
Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to be money, to be only for us, Omo Naija, my name. I bet you Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to be money, to be only for us, Omo Naija, my name. To defend our unity, uphold our honor and glory. Osibiki biti mori, kemi oni fọwọ́ sọ̀yà. Ọmọ Naija máa ní mí. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal and honest. Osibiki biti mori, kemi oni fọwọ́ sọ̀yà. Ọmọ Naija máa ní mí. Short visa. I don't want to know short. Record of school. Before short me, play this one. So be faithful, loyal, and honest. Only for us, Omo Naija máa ní mí. I bless Nigeria, my country. Please share. So be faithful, loyal, and honest. Tèmi ò ní fọwọ́ sọ̀yà, ọmọ Naija máa ní mí. To defend our unity, uphold our honor and glory. Kò síbi kíbi tí mo rí. Tèmi ò ní fọwọ́ sọ̀yà, ọmọ Naija máa ní mí. I bless you Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Kò síbi kíbi tí mo rí. Tèmi ò ní fọwọ́ sọ̀yà, ọmọ Naija máa ní mí. Àlàbẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lọ, àbẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ni mo ṣàyè wá. Òṣìlúyà, àṣìlúyà bóyá lórí la máa ń jìyàn. Ó dẹ̀tún lẹ́jọ́ nílùú tó lù kúrò ní. Tó sábà mọ́ ta bá ti bọ́ sí fèrè. Ló bọ́ síta nílùú Naija. Kò sábà tí ò dá ó lè jẹ́jọ́ èkúrúkú. Ó ṣèjọba ẹ̀rọ, ó ṣe bí ìkọ̀rọ̀ yàrá. Táwọn alátìlẹyìn ló lágbára jù ìjọba. Àlàbẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lọ, àbẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ni mo ṣàyè wá. Òṣìlúyà, àṣìlúyà bóyá lórí la máa ń ṣìyàn o. Ó dẹ̀tún lẹ́jọ́ nílùú tó lù kúrò ní. Ló sábàámọ̀ tá a bá ti bọ́ sí fèrè. Ló bọ́ síta nílùú Naija. Kò sọ́ba tí ò dá ó lè jẹ́jọ́ èkúrúkú. Ó ṣèjọba ìlú, ó ṣe bí ìkọ̀rọ̀ yàrá. Táwọn alátìlẹyìn ló lágbára jù ìjọba. Ọmọ ni, orílẹ̀-èdè ni, olórí jẹ ní ìlú. Naija, ìní àṣẹ dáadáa kú kó ṣe délé o. Ìní ò ní ṣe dáadáa tó lórí ṣiṣẹ́ ní wa. Àgbẹ̀ tó ṣe díẹ̀ àtẹ̀yìn tí ò ṣe rárá. Ìlú bá kígbe wípé jọba rú ẹ̀ ò dá. Èmi ò ní sọ́rù ẹ̀ torí pé mi ò rí wọn tán. Kò sọ́ba tí ò dá ó lè jẹ́ joyè burúkú. Bó ṣe jọba ìlú bó ṣe ti ìkọ̀rọ̀ yàrá. Káwọn láti ilé ìjọ lágbára ìjọba.
Má rò pé
Àní mo ń jẹ́ ní Naija o. Ìpínlẹ̀ ni, ìpínlẹ̀ ni, lórílẹ̀-èdè ni, olórí jẹ ní ìlú. Naija, ìní àṣẹ dáadáa kú kó ṣe délé o. Ìní ò ní ṣe dáadáa tó lórí ṣiṣẹ́ ní wa. Àgbẹ̀ tó ṣe díẹ̀ àtẹ̀tì kò ṣe rárá. Ìlú bá kígbe wípé jọba rú ẹ̀ ò dá.
All right, let's go to the next play.
AAC.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action. Action. No going back. Show for.
Àfàmàwò máa ò ní tí ó ìyá lẹ́nu kan bá. Mo rí Túndé mi ọ̀nà ọ̀sán. Òyìnbó ti. Àwọn tó ń gbé jàmá. Ọ̀rọ̀ aláṣọ ní báàgì ọ̀nà alákìyà. Ilé náà mọ́ ṣàjò lọ́jọ́. Mo ti dé Amẹ́ríkà ojú ti rí tó. Mo ti dé London ojú ti rí tó. Ẹni òde. Bàbá ọpẹ́ bá mi tọ́jú. Mọ̀dé nǹkan mi lé àgbààgbà. Ìgò bẹ́tà tàbí gómìnà. Ìgò bẹ́tà ṣe gbàgbọ́.
This is it. Take it back.
Take it back.
Action. Because they've been saying it forever that Nigeria go better, everybody say go better, go better. But you know better, you know. But like I went to church today, I said I don't want cause, but you know feel better for person, we don't let Nigeria better. I'm going to introduce our next guest. Before I do so, I wanted to also introduce yes. So our next guest is Igwe Remi Aluko.
Take it back.
Take it back. Action.
No going back.
Yes. Thank you, Igwe, for coming on our show tonight. We just had King Osupa come on, so it's a tough act to follow him. Well, we welcome you, regardless. Thank you for coming on the couch. This is, we call this show Our Time on the Couch.
Okay.
And it turns out that a lot of people are watching us tonight. How many people are watching us now?
2,000.
2,000. So, well, here's another Fuji
Artist.
And he's very well known, popular. They're all concerned about the go better mentality where you don't kill Nigeria, you know, like go better, go better.
They don't spoil everything.
They don't spoil it. My mama told me, my grandma said it go better, my mom told me.
Still there.
But as I did, I cannot afford to tell my children that they go better. We have to make it better now.
Yeah, because it's we with
Yes, and the only way we can do it is to take control of our destiny from the people who are making it impossible for it to be better. So thank you for coming. So just do a little bit of introduction of yourself so that people who are watching can see you.
Èmi Aluko Remi sí o, akọrin apèdè ara o, apèdè akọrin. Igwe Sátidé aṣọ bóra lọ́rẹ̀ o, fẹ́ni tí o ní o. Ọmọ ìgò bẹ̀tà, ìgò bẹ̀tà, ìgò bẹ̀tà, ìgò bẹ̀tà, ọmọ náà láyò. Anu fi tell my pikin say, ìgò bẹ̀tà láíláí. Torẹ́nu ẹ̀ láwà yẹn o, kò bẹ̀tà rárá. A ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ náà o, ọjọ́ tí pẹ́rẹ́ mi sìn o, kò tiẹ̀ bẹ̀tà rárá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá nǹkan ṣe sí o, ká dẹ̀ wá àtúnṣe ṣe sí, because mi ò lè sọ fọ́mọ mi wí pé ìgò bẹ̀tà.
Thank you so much. That's a powerful rendition right there. So, what can you advise other musicians, artists, you know, celebrity like yourself to do? Because this is that turning point. We are at the junction where people must take a stand. You know, I was telling myself today, I talk to myself every day. Says a lot of people think that it's enough to make a statement, but it's a time to take a stand.
Action.
Because we'll be making statements. Statement is a go better. You know, it go better. That's a statement.
There's no action.
And all those artists, I see them all the time. They are doing public service announcements. And go and vote. Vote right. Vote well. Vote your conscience. But for who?
Yes.
Yes.
Take a stand.
Yes. Go and collect your PVC. We have collected our PVC. Tell us who to vote for. Because now you talk to me, we'll go collect PVC.
And we don't take our
We don't collect them.
So who are we voting for?
Where's my own self? I don't collect my own. So who are we voting? I know who I'm voting for.
Like me now, I know who I'm voting for.
Yes, who are you voting for?
Ah, sure.
You know,
them the way.
Thank you. And again, we were saying it was as if they had to postpone the election so that we can meet more and more of you. Besides you, we just had King Saheed Osupa here.
Yeah.
He said it. He said, categorically, if you have conscience, this is who to vote for. We had Finidi George today, former Super Eagles player, made it clear. He said, vote for Sowore. We've had Mr. 2K, said vote for Sowore, vote for Banki, and Mr. Jollof.
Big Val.
With Jokutoye.
Okay, Jokutoye.
Yes, yeah. Everybody's on fire. They're like on fire right now. Today not, man. Real guy. So we need more people to take a stand, not make a statement.
Yeah, just be real.
We have to be. This is the time to be real. And the best time to be real is when you are real, when it's not convenient to be real.
Right.
Yes, because it's very convenient to support one of the, it's what I was telling myself when I saw Davido. Davido is jumping all over the place. I said, I like you, Davido, because I dance to his music too.
Yeah.
But you cannot abandon, this very crucial time to say, well, I'm following somebody because he's my father's friend, right? How can you say that as a young person? Whiskey has taken a position, so I'm against PVC. Is it PVC? APC, yes. Oh, he's against APC and but it's not enough. So who are you for? Take a stand. People cannot afford to be, in the middle or ambiguous at this time. There's no ambiguity.
We can't get the right point and we can't get to where we are going to.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
that
you leave
one
home.
can give us the change.
It's just like you leave home and you put your phone on Google Maps and you don't put a destination there.
It's like we are going
You
to
understand?
the wrong side.
Yes. It will keep asking you where are you going?
Because the
Exactly.
destination is very, very matters.
Because the destination is what matters to the application.
Yeah.
So
and the destination of our application we are talking about is Sowore.
exactly.
Action, no going back.
So, but people want to hear more of your freestyle. Give us more. I mean,
Yes.
You are not blessed with singing, singing talent. So let people have it do it. Yes.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ fún wa ní Sowore o. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ fún wa ní Sowore o, because Sowore ló lè ṣe. Òun ló lè mú wa ga. Ìlú Nàìjíríà yìí ti ń dojúrú. Sowore ló lè mú wa ga. Nígbà kan wọ́n ní pé epo wọ́n dẹ̀ tún fowó kún. Tó bá tún wọlé tán, wọ́n kẹ̀dẹ̀ tún máa fowó kún ni. Because kò sóhun tó lè ṣe rárá. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa fowó kún. Ìrẹsì á di wíwọ́n. Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tèmi lọ ilé ìwé o. 30 kobo ni mo mú lọ school. Àmọ́ ayé ìsẹ̀yìn ń kọ́. Kò sọ́mọ tó lè mú 300 naira lọ. Torí kò ní yóò. Ebi apa bó tó sí lára. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ́tí inú. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká lọ síbi tó ti jẹ́ wípé ohun tá a máa jẹ ní ìsẹ̀yìn là ń wá. Torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa ọmọ ó ṣe kókó. Àwọn ọmọ là ń bí sílẹ̀ yìí o. No education, no light, no health. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí Àyìndé? Torí ilé ayé gbẹ̀gẹ̀ wà Àyìndé o. Àwọn tó ti ń ṣe bọ̀ látàyè ọjọ́ sí lọ́sì ń ṣe yìí rẹ̀ mí o. A ò dẹ̀ rí àtúnṣe. Torí wípé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ fún wa ní Sowore máa ní. Torí Sowore ní nǹkan mà ló lè ṣe. Ohun mà làwọn yúùtù ń fẹ́. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà tó ń bẹ níbẹ̀ o. Mo ní ẹ lè tó òkè ṣe láíláí mú. Torí ẹ ti wà níbẹ̀ o tipẹ́tipẹ́. Ẹ fi Sowore sílẹ̀ o, ẹ ti ẹ jẹ́ káwara tó lè dá rẹ̀ mí o. Kàdé fún láàyè o, because èmi dìbò fún Sowore.
Wow, that's amazing. People would like to know a little bit about your background.
Yeah.
How did you start? Where did you start?
I live in Menta, in Apapa Road. I was born and brought up in Menta, in Apapa Road area.
Papa
Costain.
Is it very close to Panti? Yeah,
No.
I know Panti very well.
Panti is east.
I used to go there.
That one is east. So we are from the west.
Okay.
So we have Epitome west and we have east.
Yeah.
So I'm from the west side in Epitome.
Okay.
So my father, I did professional, is late now, but he's ex-musician.
Okay.
As a Fuji musician then.
Wow.
Is the only Christian that sing Fuji music then.
Wow.
Yeah, likewise like me too now.
Yeah. Let me ask, and this is completely an innocent question. There used to be a guy who is from the southeast who sang in Fuji music. Okay. You remember the guy? No, he's a southeast. He's from the east, and he used to sing. Sonity, yes.
It's late now.
It's late?
It's late now.
Wow.
It's late now.
Well, rest in peace, Sonity. Yeah. I used to listen to him in those days. Yeah.
So, my father is a musician. When I was young, I attended at Agoja Primary School. My secondary school I'm a dropout from secondary school because my parents cannot afford my school fees.
Wow.
Then because that's part of what we are talking about. Now because then
it was even cheap.
It's
Still
cheap
they can't pay.
and they can still pay.
Yeah.
Now that is expensive. How am I going to pay?
Yeah.
Like me now, I have like 6 children now.
Yes,
How am I going to pay them?
Wow.
Their school fees? And they say the school fees is like
Skyrockets and everything.
everywhere. So
But we are going to do free education.
I believe when Sowore get there, free education is coming.
That's right.
I believe. I believe because that's what we need in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I will not lie to you because there is no any future for us. They don't plan any future for us.
No, absolutely.
No, they don't even plan any future for us. That's the reason why you see a lot of Nigerians running away from Nigeria, out of the country, because they can't find their own way to succeed. And we poverty people, we normal people, eradicate poverty by ourselves, which even though the way we are even eradicating the poverty, they're still
you are eradicating poverty is
eradicating us, which they are still forcing us on what we are trying to eradicate away from Nigeria.
Society.
So, and the only thing I can say is just give Sowore a little chance. Let it be there.
And it's coming up next Saturday, guys.
Next Saturday is normal.
Yeah.
Take your PVC and go down to where they are voting.
Number 3 on the ballot paper.
Vote normal. Number 3, AAC.
Use this one.
There. Masun. Ika Ele.
Yeah, this one is better.
Ika Labe. Abajo to fifin fala. Yellow Ika Ogbono.
Yeah.
Ika Ogbono bifa, but Ele nsi Ogbono ya ni bifa Ogbono mo. Amati mo sofo. Sowore ba akọ siba ni. Ile lo jókòó síbẹ̀. Bó lè ṣe máa wà nìyẹn.
Abuja straight.
Aso Rock. Straight.
We are not planning to stay there because they say evil spirit too plenty for inside the place.
Even though there is evil spirit there, when you get there,
we will clean it up.
That's
the thing.
There's a way to clean it up.
Oh, absolutely. We are going to go there with Otapia Pia.
And some Aluta spirit that is
they know it.
Progressive one that can mix all the spirits to run away.
One of the things I updated today on my Facebook is, when you look at all these old leaders of Nigeria, their argument is simple. They have admitted that they cannot run Nigeria. They don't have any more solutions. But then they start scaring you that if you vote for another person, the person cannot help you either. So just keep us there. It's just like you have a driver. He has been making you have accidents all the time. You say you want to change the driver so that you can make it to your destination. You say no. He must make you have another accident.
So is that the life I want to live?
Is that the life you want to live? And you know that the next accident is inside Majidon River. It's the end. So we are saying no, sir. We have to leave the driver's seat for us.
Yeah.
And you have to offload some passengers, especially the conductors,
Because
bad ones. You
all
know.
the conductors are the bad ones that
Yes.
they are making it to be
Yes.
very difficult for us.
All these conductors that are collecting and are not giving change,
They can't.
and the ones that are robbing passengers, you know, those are the ones they call one chance.
If they tell you to come with your change, or God may change you.
Yeah. Wow. But this is not that alone. Before it used to be that conductor would tell you you don't get change, but now the conductor will tell you don't get sense. Great guys, it's been amazing having Aluko with us, a great Fuji artist in the house. You know, we've had an amazing, you know, night on the couch. You know, some of the best endorsement, collaboration, and inspiration you can get. And as you know, all these things are coming naturally to the couch these days because these guys have been looking for ways to meet us, you know. They've been looking for ways to make their pronouncement, and they are not afraid to take a position like so many other ones who are still unsure of where they are. If you are out there thinking about who to vote for, you don't have to think twice.
You don't need to think twice.
You don't even have to worry.
Just go straight.
Just go straight. It's number 3 on the ballot paper. It's AAC. I went to the church today, and I was asked a question. It's a very interesting question by a member of the church. He said, well, we are only used to PDP and APC. So I told him, I gave an analogy that if you are wearing dirty clothes or you are wearing torn clothes and there's a need for a brand new one, would you say because you are used to the dirty clothes, you know? They said, no, I will take the new clothes.
We need to take the new clothes.
I said, that's the solution right there. And by the time we left the church, we had a lot of converts from the church. They said, look, we're going in a different direction. We're going to vote for you. And a lot of people are out there. You have 7 days from tonight to make a decision, the right decision.
7 days.
And as I often say, 7 days is a lot of days in life of a nation. 6 days. You know, it depends on who you're talking to. Because if you're in Australia, it's 5 days already. And I said to them, look, you know, according to the Christian Bible, the world was created in 7 days. So you can rest next Sunday after you have recreated Nigeria.
Wow.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much, brother. And is there a way people can find your music online? Do you have a social media handle?
I have social media.
What's it called?
Igwe one at Renalco.
Where did the word Igwe come from?
The Igwe came from, when I was young, there was a girl that I'm dating then. His father is a king. So the girl is a girl that his father loves so much.
Wow.
So his father now told me that if I want to marry
the daughter,
I must be a king. So that means I'm Igwe.
Wow. So you have to become a king.
Yeah, that's since then.
Were you able to marry the lady?
No.
Or you went?
No. You kept the king. No,
but at least you kept the Igwe now.
And the Igwe is still with me, so I left the lady because take it back.
Yeah.
I left the lady to
be her own.
So now the Igwe of a thing is now
your title.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming to the couch, my brother. Artist, the compatriot of Nigeria.
Nice meeting you too.
You've heard it all, you know, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
And you know what? Start practicing, you know, rehearsing because of the inauguration that's happening soon.
Okay.
2019 inauguration, right?